Cool. Cool. We are live again with another virtual production live stream. Live on YouTube as well, yeah. Hello YouTube. So yeah, this week thought it'd be cool to do another sort of informal hangout one. We had a really nice turnout last week. Be nice to see a few faces drop in this week as well, so really cool. We're streaming this on Discord, but then also streaming it to YouTube just so it can be a permanent kind of resource. And we do these every week as a little Skillshare hangout clinic type thing, here to share virtual production ideas, tips and tricks, etc. Last week we had an amazing run through from Peter, he goes as PDC Sky. He showed an amazing technique for masking objects in front of and behind a single actor, using a kind of custom stencil mask. The recording was a bit low quality. It's because I thought I had Discord Nitro, so then the quality was just tanked when I realised I didn't have it. So next time someone wants to share something like that, we'll just use Video Ninja. So I just know how to solve that one next time, so that's cool. But I thought to honour his what he gave to us last week, I thought I'd just adapt the workflow in a slightly different way. Hopefully show a very similar workflow but just a slight change on it so that we can use a talent plane instead of 3D geometry like he was using last week. So what's cool about this is I have a talent plane here. We're using Composure. Composure compositing is just the way to get really nice, high quality media when you're using talent and stuff like that. Unreal Engine tends to kind of blur and smudge talent planes. So at the moment the best way to... YouTube's up, yeah. Nice, found it, awesome. So at the moment, yeah, the best way to get really nice crystal clear media into Unreal Engine is with Composure. We're working on making that a lot easier in the future, but it is the reality we're living in at the moment. So we've got quite a cool technique here for kind of dynamically masking actors in front of and behind talent. You can see from the final comp here, we've got a mask based on all of these plants that I've selected, so it's a very complex selection of actors, loads of different actors, and you can see that the talent is actually sort of cutting in front of and behind this mask, and this updates in real time as the character moves through. So you know the idea of this is that you could you don't have to select, I don't know how else you would do this, like selecting foreground and background actors dynamically as something passes through the front of it. There would just simply be no other way to do this other than a method like this. And then the final output looks something like this at the moment. It's a really, really quick key and everything. The only other caveat being these foreground elements, if they're out of focus, because the mask is always crisp because it's selected via actor. It's not actually based on the camera's view. We don't get that depth of field, so there might be like a slight change on this workflow that someone could give that might offer a solution for this, but at the moment it's strictly like crisp imagery, full, no depth of field. Or you can kind of position the actor at a good point where the focal point is happening around here, so everything that's in focus is around here. This is also quite cool if you were to have, like, say, a piece of geometry that's both in front of and behind an actor. Can you get a torus on here? I'm sure we can get a torus. Or something like that. So say he's got a rubber ring or something. If you were to put this here, so he's kind of carrying it, you can see on the final comp output, you can see it's just behind, but then we can add this to the depth mask. I'll go through exactly, I'll try and recreate this from scratch again, but if you give this a custom depth of 1, it's now added to that whole depth mask, and it's both in front of and behind the actor. So that's the kind of revolutionary thing about this. You can get single actors masked in front and behind, and you know, it's kind of dynamic in that way, which is really cool. If we check out the mask again, you can see that it's affected by where the alien is, and yeah, really cool. So I'm going to try recreate this from scratch. I've only created it one time. I might have to refer to Peter's video a couple of times, but let's see what we can do. So what I'm going to do is just copy this level. Example landscape, foliage. I wonder how lens tracking systems would handle this. Test this after I learn this technique. Yeah, that'd be really interesting. You mean kind of lens distortion? I think basically if you're because this is being picked up by a camera element, it's all inheriting from this cinecam. Any lens distortion that's in this camera would carry through, I believe. Tracking wise, like camera position tracking and stuff, well worth testing. It'd be really cool to see how you get on with it. Let us know on YouTube if you've got any questions and stuff during as well. Cool, so example landscape 2, I'm going to delete this whole comp, just see if I can make it from scratch again. Let's get rid of this as well. So I've got some foliage here. One caveat I found is that you can't give these custom stencil values to foliage actors where you've kind of drawn your own foliage. Sadly, it doesn't seem to allow you to do that. So if you're going to do foliage, you have to copy and paste these by hand. But say I wanted to do a similar thing and I want all the grass to be in front of and behind the talent. Go to grass, select all descendants. I'm going to add these to a layer. Select actors to new layer, call it grass. Let's get rid of these as well. Cool. So now I can check that this is all part of the layer. That's cool. And then also what we want to do is give all of these, select them all again. So select actors. With all of these selected, we can go depth, custom depth stencil value, give it a value of 1, and render custom depth pass. I think there was enable stencil layers as well somewhere. Render custom depth pass, custom stencil value. Okay, I think it's just those two. And if you've got that, set to 1, you can check this out by going visualization, custom stencil, and great. We can see that these are all part of a custom stencil. So that's really good. You can see we can lift this and use this as a mask. So if you go back to lit, also there are a couple things you need. You might see some errors when doing this custom stencil depth. So in your project settings, you need to go stencil, custom depth pass is set to enabled by default, but you can do enabled with stencil. And that should be looking good. Oh, Discord coming out blurry, is it? It might be that I don't have Nitro, so I need to pay a subscription to get better quality video input here. Might be worth watching on YouTube if you can. Let me have a look. Cool. Yeah, YouTube should be getting out fine because it's just going direct out on OBS. That'd be much better than last week. Cool. So we've got this custom stencil depth, that's really cool, and it's picking up all of these plants. We can always add new elements to this layer. Oh, actually, it's not even adding it to the new layer. We want to add it to. If we want to add another element to this custom depth pass, you just search depth and make sure you got render custom depth pass, and then I'm setting my value to 1 for now. Cool. So let's get started in Composure. Create a new comp. Empty comp shot. Custom comp 2. And then let's add a LCD element. CG element 1. And then I'm going to add another CG element for using later. I'm going to call this mask or matte. Cool, that's cool. Your comp will need a Cinecam, so you can drag that into the level and use that as the target camera actor. Then you should see something here. Let me just try to re-add that again. Because I'm starting this level again. You can use a Cinecam or an out of Cinecam, up to you. Cool, select from that. Are we seeing this now? Interesting. What happens if I add another one now? Okay, maybe I need to add it after. CG element 1. I guess CG element, but call this one mask or matte. Cool. So for this CG element 1, that can just be left as is. That's all good. Yeah, all that's doing is picking up our background and stuff. Yeah, let's leave that as is for now. For the mask, what we want to do is set this post-process blend weight to 1. And we want to find where we want to put our post-process material. So we can add that, choose an asset reference. We need to make this material. So I'm just going to remind myself how I made that. Stencil material here. Pretty simple, just a few nodes. Let's go create another one from scratch there. Cool, so this is going to be a post-process material. And we're going to start with a scene texture parameter. Which is this one here. And then from here we can set this to custom stencil. So it's going to lift our custom stencil from our level. So we want to do a desaturate to to make it black and white. And then we want to do this divide by 255. I think what this does is like lifts it from all the possible values that it could be. Not 100%. Next we go bit mask. And then we want a single scalar. That's hold S. Character ID. So this just means we could change it if we get a new material. This goes in the top, this one goes in the bottom. So I guess what we're doing is saying that it's only one of these values. I'm not sure. I think the bit mask might just be giving it a nice hard-edged mask. Cool. Then we want to mask the R value. Component mask, just the R channel. And then we want to multiply that. And this is just giving it a colour for the output that we can lift later on. So to make the colour, I'll hold 3 and click. I'm going to make this 100% red. And put that in there. Awesome. So we can check if this is working actually first, what was it I was setting here for after tone mapper? Blendable location before tone mapping. This will just make it a bit smoother, a bit less jagged. Apply and save that, and let's go to it. Stencil 2. This can go in our mask element in the post-process materials. Stencil 2. Awesome. Cool. So we've got an inverted mask of what we want here, so we just need to do one more thing. If we go here, we can go to straight to the material. What we want to do is we want to invert what we're masking off, so you can just go 1 minus. It's just going to invert the mask. Oh, whoops, wrong place. Yeah, nice, cool. So we got the grass. That's our mask, really cool. We're going to use that in our Composure comp in a sec. Cool, I see you guys dropping in. Cool, so we got that mask set. We need to get our talent into the scene now. So I'm going to do that by adding a media plate, regular media plate. I call this media plate 1. I'm going to delete all of these for now. Delete that. Take in a spout input, our spout input pass, and we want this one for the alien. We do a really quick key. Chroma gear. Set this to green. Take off the deviant outer, and then just a quick despill as well. And set that to green as well. Let's get rid of a bit of that edge. I'll leave that for now. Can do way better keying, but all good. And that's cool. So what we're going to do now is just output this keyed character as a render target. I'll give it a new one. So this is your talent render target. Bring that ultimate key and that feed in a simpler way. There's a good YouTube video I can link you for that. It's not the most simple way because it's all Composure stuff. Should be simpler with our new media plane update, which should be in the coming months. Let me get this video up for you. I think this is the one. Oh, this is Ada Wilson's. Pre-keyed footage composure. Yeah, it is just complicated workflows there, yeah. This is why we're just really pushing to make it simpler in the future, because it is just crazy complicated. Yeah, it's a good feature request for sure. We've got a plane in the works where it's like you just have a plane, it's in 3D space, you click on that, you go into the material for the plane, add the ultimate there, you know, so that, you know, it's kind of on our roadmap at the moment, yeah. Cool, so we're at this point where we have this render target. I'm going to create a material from that. And this is going to go onto the real media plane in 3D space, because we need this real mask to get the edges of the character. So this needs to output alpha, so it's going to be set to masked. Blend mode, masked. Output alpha, I don't know if you need to check that. Okay, should come out masked, so you can see it's masked now. I like to just set the specular to 0, but it's not going to come into our final comp anyway, so it's not super necessary. We've got this material now. This is going to go onto our video plane. So first I'm going to create a second media plate, and this is going to take in our render target, as is the keyed talent render target that we had before. And it was called Alien 2, wasn't it? Great, we got that. We got the alpha channel. Perfect. So this is now going to be doing some video plane placement. So we can go place actors, search video plane. Cool, this is there. Does this need to be part of the stencil? Let's check out our mask. Let's see what we got here. So I think if this has a stencil value of anything other than 1, I think this is what I did. Yeah, great. So this plane is now cutting into our stencil, so we're getting that depth. So that's really cool, but we're getting the whole plane, so we need the outline of the alien. That's why I made the kind of alpha material before. So this one can go onto the mesh component for this plane, just this material here. Awesome. Make it a bit smaller, a bit thinner. Cool. And then we should see we've got a nice alien outline as our mask. Cool, really, really cool. So final stage of this is to kind of just hook up the rest of this comp. This needs to go onto the video plane placement, so we can go video plane placement here, plane transform, video plane placement. So this flashing, I think you need to put this as a child of this. Yeah, okay, don't know why. That fixes the kind of render thread, I guess. I think it's just a bit of a delay now. Talking of that delay, I'll show you it in the final comp. Transform pass next in our main comp. Transform pass, we're going to create one. TP underscore custom comp 2. And this is going to be a post-process material because it's a Composure transform pass. And we're going to take in a couple texture samples, convert to parameter. We'll call this one CG element, CG element 1. And we'll call this one mask. And we'll call this one media plate. I'm not going to worry about getting the names right because I'm just going to pick it from the drop down in a bit. Cool, and that's all we need there. We just need the over node. So RGBA is going to go to over. So the media plate is going to go over the CG, but it's going to be masked out by our depth map. All of that's going into emissive color. I think what I need to do here is go texture sample parameter. Texture sample parameter 2D. It looks like it's exactly the same actor, but guess not. Props. That should fix it. Call this one mask. Red channel only. Delete those. Call this one media plate. Requires texture 2D. Okay, I think that's okay. What we want here is, I guess it's just not got any default texture. It doesn't add anything as a default texture. Quite like this little green guy. He always comes up at the top of the textures. And then I swear you have to do this in linear color, as in sampler source. Oh, sampler type. I think it's got to be linear. Let's see if it complains. So let's do that, and then we just change these. CG element mask is mask. Media plate is media plate 2, media plate 1. That's just because it's a child of this one. So that's cool. Oh, it's got to be this one, in fact. Great, cool. So this is nearly there. What are we seeing here? Looks like we might need to invert the mask again. So I swear I did this just here last time. Or is it? Let's try it. And now this is... Yeah, okay. So I inverted that mask twice, but that seemed to work. So that's just in the transform pass. I've just done the 1 minus again to invert the mask. That's cool. Cool, and that is the whole setup complete. Pretty long, pretty arduous. I hope I've gone through that fairly clearly, but I did just learn it, so there's a little bit back and forth, but hopefully that's something I can follow. But now we're kind of in quite a fun place where anything that we add to that custom stencil buffer is going to mask automatically in front of and behind any actors. So really good for grass. I feel like if we got some kind of grass moving blueprint that could make him push the grass out of the way as he walks through, to actually get a pretty convincing shot. I would note that, yeah, for now, that whole depth of field thing is a bit of an issue, but you can get depth of field alpha channels from our OWL Cinecam component. So from a CG element, you can do a capture actors. And if you do capture actors here, you will get a blurry mask. So you could get a foreground mask with that if you're really desperate to do foreground elements, but I don't know how you would combine that with the stencil buffer. Could be something clever to work out. Other than that, I'd probably just like try and figure out the focus so it's a bit more convincing. But you know, something like that, it's really not bad. And yeah, it's just that thing of single actors being both in front of and behind. The dynamic placing of just loads of elements and just setting that stencil buffer. Oh, and the crashing. That's Unreal telling me to finish up. But yeah, things like rubber rings that are going around talent where they're both in front of and behind. Such a good solution for that. So yeah, that's that workflow. It's not really much more to add to that one, but I hope it's a useful addition where it's how to work that into talent as well. Oh, there was one last thing to check. So So let's see if it comes up here, but you quite often get a really slight, yeah, so you can see it here. For one, the mask is going to be quite low res, so I do need to set the render target to be custom comp RT alien. This render target will come through really low res, so if you just like up the res of this one, you'll get a crisper mask, and you can go as high as your computer will allow. These edges are a lot crisper now, so that's better. And then also you see this edge around him when you get fast movement. That's the CG one being slower than this one. So what you can do is hide it from the camera. So you can say, click this plane, add it to a layer set, and call it plane. And then in Composure, in your CG element, you can hide it. Down here, capture actors, plane, exclude. So now this camera isn't seeing the plane. I think you'll lose shadows from this if you do this, but in this media you're not getting that edge. So again, it kind of depends on your shot, but yeah, it's another useful one. Yeah, that's cool. That's all for this technique, really. I know Palmorian, you had some stuff you wanted to run through, so yeah, really happy to chat about that. And feel free either on chat or jump in via voice if you want to. Feel free to screen share or whatever. We can, yeah, see how you can get around your UV unwrapping and stuff. Yeah, no worries, gentlemen. I mean, it was well worth. I think it's a really cool technique for this foreground and background masking, so it's worth covering it again. I quite like this kind of talent addition. So yeah, thanks for getting me to try it out. Actually, it was a good idea of something to cover this week. Yeah, no, Palmorian, if I'm saying that right, you had some stuff you were running through with adding your own media to screens and stuff like that. So really happy to go through that as well if you fancy. Hey, so just hooking up my audio. Yeah, so you're taking some assets that you found and kind of customizing them, right?
Yeah, pretty much, because I don't have pretty modeling abilities.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we make stuff from scratch. So basically, like assign or like those programs, and I did, think about. I thought of maybe going on Photoshop and see it from there, and see that way through, take it in, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's like how best to do it. Yeah.
I thought of that, which for me, also sort of like 5 minutes of work.
Yep.
On the other hand, what I'm basically concerned about is that how much is going to adjust properly and how much if it's just in the middle of all that shit in math, you can have to add it all how it looks at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
How about just, doing it equally
Yeah, I think there's a few ways you could go around it. I think doing it all in Unreal Engine is definitely still possible. I'm just trying to find like an asset that could be a good example. I suppose you have like the sign that you're trying to use. Yeah, if you could like export an FBX and just send it in the chat or whatever, that'd be But yeah, what I would either export the model into something like Blender and UV unwrap it, but also you can just do UV unwrapping in Unreal as well. So I haven't thought about UV unwrapping for like one material channel before, so that's kind of a new thing that we can try out, and if that doesn't work, then Blender is probably a good second resort for this. bring it into a new level anyway. Yeah, no problems, no problems. What are you trying to build? What's your kind of goals with this?
Well, I'm trying to build multiple stuff. Basically, when I'm currently, and I'm almost done, that's what pisses me off. It's just chatting scene for streaming and everything.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm pretty much building a level, and I'm trying to update the final touches, like stuff related to my stream, like merge, like logos and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
And this is where like I gotta change the texture there. Hopefully something more relatable. The other thing I'm making is it's a level basically to shoot a small cinematic.
Yeah.
Which works well so far.
Cool, yeah.
I wish I could run Unreal Engine in OBS at the same time, but with the current hardware that I have, it's going to be very.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
yeah. It's like
demanding.
It's really demanding, all of this stuff. Yeah, for sure. Constant battle.
The 4090s, they don't have reasons to lie. With 4090s and running Unreal Engine on maybe on medium at the same time as OBS. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. So they're still running stuff on medium even on 4090s?
Yeah. Even with the 4090s, like they're running Unreal,
they're
running the game, they're running the stream, and they're forced to run Unreal on medium and everything. They're not going to be even bothered, going epic or production.
Yeah, wow.
Because, it's very, very demanding. It's not like, doing offline stuff.
Yeah. It's
online production, so.
It's really pushing it, for sure.
Also, I discovered 3 days ago Aximmetry, and that thing is ridiculous. I don't know if you've heard about it. You probably have.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking at the specs, like the optimal specs somebody has to have on their PC in order to run Aximmetry with fucking Unreal Engine. And Aximmetry suggests 64 gigabytes of RAM, 4090, 20 to 25 core CPU, and we're talking about at least 4,000 euros.
Yeah, for sure. It's just a real professional solution, that one. It's not for people who are just trying it out.
It does a great job.
Yeah.
I was speechless.
yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
The way it adjusts your green screen with all the reflections in the environment and the lights.
Yeah.
It's George Lucas type of level stuff, basically.
Yeah.
After that,
I think, and it's the thing is with Aximmetry, it's so stable. It's a really good solution for if you're actually in TV broadcasts or something like that. It's got an excellent key.
To be quite honest,
but it's not catering to the more indie side of things, at all.
No. You gotta be professional and and have the funds, and basically the money you're gonna give for such a computer. The software is not expensive. Aximmetry is not that expensive. But in order to invest all that money, because you need the a switch to convert the signal of your camera into Aximmetry, which is also expensive as well. Unless you're a trillionaire and it's up to your creation, if you're doing this for a living, you gotta make a good amount of income to get that money back. But it does an amazing work. It really does. I was very impressed with Aximmetry.
Totally. It's the quality of the key, the stability of it all, and
it's Disney stuff.
Yeah,
it's Disney
totally.
stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So I've got a mesh here that could be useful to just try it out. We can see, and hopefully you can just convert this over to your own meshes. If you want to send me one in the meantime, that's cool too.
Just give me a little bit of time.
I'm sure it's useful.
My classified technology computers.
Yeah, I'm sure it's useful for you to see the exact mesh you want to use it on. But so, yeah,
You
but
send it to me from Area 51. Just the computer. I just received it as LED technology.
yeah, absolutely. That's what we're dealing with these days. Cool. So like, let's try do it in Unreal. I'm not sure exactly how this works, but I would usually.
And I tried to locate the textures as you told me to just easily change it, and the mesh is not even there.
Oh right, okay. Oh, it's well worth looking at your asset that you have then. It might be that they've turned it into a blueprint.
I'll send you the asset. This one does.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm not sure how you get to a single. So I've got a few different material slots on this one. I don't know if you can unwrap just one material slot. I don't know if that even makes sense to Unreal. So you might have to export it to Blender. You can do this with, anything.
Yeah,
using
Blender
as us?
No. I used to use in the past 3ds Max way back like 2013 or stuff, but I'm very rusty right now when it comes to 3ds. So, I mean, if there's a program that I'm probably going to do, it's going to be 3ds, but still.
I guess.
As for Blender, I don't know, like DAZ and Blender, for some miraculous reason, I don't know why, my computer really hates those two software.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, with 3ds it's fine. Like when I turn around Blender or DAZ, ain't gonna happen.
Oh wow. I would have thought of Blender as being quite kind of lightweight actually.
Yeah, Blender is better. DAZ, not so much.
Interesting.
I
haven't tried DAZ for years.
Because the amount of hard drive is, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I just had someone saying, can you turn down the music a bit? Oh, I think. Oh dear. I think that run through that I did before, I had this media file playing. Hopefully it's not played over the top of everything. Oh, okay, so I think what I did was I only unmuted the desktop audio later on, so hopefully that's not ruined that run through.
What Dale said, as far as that, when he said with the symmetry and everything, I mean, that it doesn't work with shadows too well if you're walking. I've seen people making it work, like, the light beam coming from the window, and then working in front of the beam, and the beam, disappearing, and then reappearing and stuff. But after that, it's also a post-production. I mean, if you're doing professional movies and stuff, that you're not gonna just grab stuff from the symmetry and really just see that. You have to go to Adobe Premiere, Pro. You have to go to After Effects.
Or like Nuke or some other compositing. Yeah, definitely. If you're not doing real time, you're gonna
work with Boris effects, which, in my opinion, Boris effects is fucking the best for masking and everything. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane potential. You're not gonna get away with it. If you're making movies and stuff, you're gonna end up with Adobe. It's not gonna happen. So, those shadows and this stuff, they can be fixed there as well.
Yeah. Okay, so someone on YouTube was saying, can you repeat everything you said while the music was on? When was the music on from? That's the question. Hopefully by the end of the kind of compositing section with the alien in the grass and everything, that was sort of rounding up the whole kind of lesson. Since then we've just been chatting and we're about to go into something else. We've just been trying to figure out how to take a mesh that's already in Unreal Engine and then kind of put your own TV screen or your own graphics onto that mesh. And I'm just gonna be sent Palmorian's mesh that he wants treated basically. Yeah, you can if you want, for sure. It's going to be on YouTube, but if you're happy with that, then yeah, that's cool. oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do announce it at the beginning, but yeah, we are on YouTube. Is this Nick from VP Studio in Bristol, by the way? to see you drop in. Either way. Use the plane and treat it like a flat TV screen. Yeah, that is good. That is a good shout for sure. Just want to see what mesh this guy's got because. Yeah, no problem. What I did with this one is I just UV unwrapped it to 1920 by 1080 in here. So like exporting it to Blender. That was the way to do it for me. And then any 1920 by 1080 video that's in here will generally kind of work. So I think this is 1920 by 1080.
I mean, one thing I'm trying to work on is, load the video, and the other just, change the text.
Yeah.
I haven't found a way around still comparing the textures.
Yeah, let's see. I'm really intrigued to see what's going on with your asset because usually you should be able to just go to here and find materials that's in the static mesh. But I think what they might have done is packed it into a blueprint, so that's why you might not be able to find it.
Maybe.
But yeah, this is what you want really, isn't it? Like just drag any video of the right size in and it'll get onto the TV.
More or less, yeah, pretty much.
We want to check out your specific one there. Yeah. Hey, SSIX. Let's see. Yeah, nice studio. Yeah. It becomes just a regular thing, doesn't it? I used to get annoyed at crashes. Not anymore.
I have this insanity of running everything on production and quality because I want to see exact detail, to make things.
Yeah.
Like I can work with all, or it's just bad for my guys, my aesthetics.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of, like I want to work with it looking shiny the whole time.
I like the precision when I do so.
You want to know what the final pixels look like.
This thing here.
Yeah.
Basically, work on Adobe After Effects, like a little banner for merchandise.
Yeah.
So basically, let's say that on here on just adding the hold on, the angle will be this one pretty much. That's how it's gonna. So here I want to do like a sign, do like buy merch, blah blah blah, whatever. To run here all the time like a video. So I want to put that here.
Yeah, got you, yeah. So you kind of want to export a video of whatever size you want from After Effects and then just drag that in, it'll be lined up.
Yeah, I thought of that. Just, everything as just aligning it, as a multimedia, but I'm not quite sure how it's going to look in relation to the rest of the lights and, and images and everything. I don't know how it's going to, bind in. That's why I thought maybe putting on a regulation so we do double lights instead and reflection because
yeah, totally.
I kind of suspect and I'm afraid that if I just put it as a media source here and not actually render it into the object, it's gonna look very like off topic, like it's gonna look bad.
Yeah. So it will definitely.
Like a foreign object. I'm saying.
Yeah. So this is why we've kind of stepped into the Composure side of things because Composure. So like it's making things a bit more complicated. I think what we should do is just work on this mapping issue first, and you can see if you like it, see how it looks. So if you want to export this object as an FBX and send it over, I can show you how I might go around like treating that.
Okay, you want me to export as a PDF once again? And the second thing I want to do is like here, you see this holograph here?
Yeah.
I'm just going to remove this texture. Put my own, like my name here.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
well, why don't we check it out in your project actually? So in this, if you've got, maybe let's go for the vertical one first. So the one you've got selected.
Yeah.
So you've got element one under materials there.
Right.
Yeah. So this looks like the material because it's just black. So if you double click that one. I'm sorry for the quality on YouTube, by the way. It's just Discord wouldn't let me go very high quality. can make it a bit bigger.
So this is basically the material here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it there. You might just be sharing like one window instead of the whole screen.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
One moment.
No probes.
Stop screen. Yeah, screens. Live.
Awesome. Cool, yeah, got the material. Okay, so you do have a texture parameter value there. So I wonder what happens if you put, so the first one in that list, global texture. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Global texture parameter values, default texture. Oh. Yeah, you're there.
Physical material again, right?
So it's under, it's kind of like the third subtitle down. You got Fresnel, global scalar, global blah blah, global texture.
Okay, yeah.
So global texture parameter value.
Right.
Yes, yes. So this one. So you might need something. Try just putting something in there to start with.
Okay, let's try this one.
Yeah, just anything for
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So that's not changed anything, is it?
No.
Yeah. Oh, good. Could you try just like saving it and seeing if it does anything to the screen?
Sure. I'll do this one. Oh,
Oh,
now
cool.
it did.
Okay, that's updated. That's cool.
See, it's my updated mode. Don't worry about it. That's how.
Always worth trying it a few times, isn't it? Yeah.
So
Cool.
okay, let's save it.
So yeah, save that. See if you've got an effect on the mesh now.
Yep.
Okay, so that's on there. That's really
That's
cool.
one way to do it.
So what you can do is you can find. I guess I'm just wondering how we can find the actual size of that texture that's on there. You know what I mean? So that image looks correct, doesn't it? It doesn't look
It
too
does.
stretched. Does it look
So
stretched?
from us though, it's made by the creator of the
Yeah. So
I'm not
so
sure
if you double click that image, you can see the dimensions of it. Yeah. Oh, it's
6K.
really high res, isn't it? Yeah. But I guess even if
That's
you.
why that
Yeah.
explains why my machine is pending.
Yeah. Oh, also, you can see that it's not intended to be that shape, is it? It's less stretched
Yeah.
originally. So that's not the dimensions we're looking for, basically,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
But miraculously though, like the substance of it was basically,
That's
whatever
nice, yeah.
it kind of pushes it in.
Yeah.
So it sort of fills the entire,
Yeah, very true. Kind of squeezed it into the shape, hasn't it?
it auto squeezes it. I mean, aside from the bar here, from the scan, whatever, scan bar, it kind of squeezes it dramatically.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if this is going to happen with my own, but I'm going to work around it.
Yeah, I feel like if you, I guess the first thing to try would be to make something that's roughly those dimensions, and then just try putting that in, see if that looks good. And then if it comes to it, you might want to UV unwrap it in Blender or something like that. But I guess that, yeah, hoping not. Yeah. Is there anything? Can you remember like what texture was originally on that screen? Was there something already on there?
Well, I mean, it has its own texture.
Yeah.
I blacked it out because I wanted to put it in mine. But what I can do is, wait, hold on, what is it? I mean, I can do the original in it, the original one, because right now I saved it, so it basically, as far as the product goes, I can't really turn it back. I have to go back, and replace it with the original one. But I mean, the texture was not far from what we have now. It was, one of the, this one, I think it was this one.
Cool. So I guess if that's not looking skewed, that would be looking like.
Let me load it now. It will take some time to load. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I think it was this one. Yeah.
Nice. So that would be like the exact aspect ratio that you need. Yeah.
So basically, I guess that's what I have to do. or snap have to work on.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I want to do, like something like that, by whatever the name, like something like this.
Yeah,
So
totally.
I guess that's the one way to do it.
One way to do it for sure. Yeah, you could either export that texture and use the exact same bounds, or you can just use the same aspect ratio. You could even go lower res, because it's probably like stupidly high res. Yeah. So there's no point in it being 6K. And to make it video would be slightly different, but you could either use like sequences to control the media. Yeah. It will be pretty much exactly the same thing. It would just be a media texture asset instead of a regular texture asset, but I think it would go into the same slot.
So basically, instead of this, so basically we double click here instead of the texture.
Yeah.
Instead of the image, we basically importing the video.
Yeah. So I can show you how to import like a video as a texture asset. That's right, yeah. So media texture is what you're after. Yeah. So if you click on that, it should create one for you. So yeah, save that wherever you like.
Okay.
Maybe just like wherever. Yeah. And then double click that. So that needs a media player as well. So where it says media player none, bottom corner, yeah, bottom right of this list. Yeah. So do the same there, where you go none, you can create one. Media player at the top. Yep. And save that wherever. And then yes, output that as well. You need to output one of those. Yeah, awesome. And then go to that. So it's like a lot of clicking through all the layers, but it's a good way to find out how you got everything. This is where you actually open a local file, I believe. How do you do that again? Let me just check it on mine.
I mean, for here, for my workflow, this is easier.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, and there's loads of cool stuff you could do with, like, if you can get OBS to run at the same time, you could have spout input textures instead. So you can have like live updating stuff. You can keep building on it, for sure. So how do you? I think what it is when you drag in a video, it will create one of these. Yeah. There's loads of tutorials on importing the media texture asset, basically. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully that should help for the sign as well. Do you want to check out the sign now as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, we put the multimedia here. We do save, and it basically renders it. So the video plays itself, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me share the screen again.
Oh, apparently there's music playing. Is the music still playing? Yeah, no probs, Alan. Really cool. Thanks for dropping by, and thanks for the questions. It's cool to cover that.
Alright, now as far as the sign goes here, and I have a texture I think already to get done.
Is the music still playing on YouTube, guys? Let me know. I don't think it should be. No, it's definitely not. Okay, cool. Palmorian, sorry, back to you. Cool, so watching yours again. Yeah, I've got you. Alright, so this one's a bit more complicated, probably.
It is.
Yeah, but there should be an underlying texture somewhere, so we're looking for...
Yeah, it's here. Like
yeah.
Here.
Cool.
Basically, so apparently it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so they use all this kind of stuff, and it's a pyramid, I suppose.
You can do what's called like a flip book, so it might be taking like a certain column from each of these at a time, or a certain row, and flipping through them.
The particular one, as we speak, is borrowing this here. You see, it says, patience, whatever that made it a little smaller. So that's what it uses. So what I was thinking was either, you know, like, look export this, go to Photoshop, put mine here, and you get the exact position, and work my way from there.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know if the results of it or see if we can put something else like
Alright, the music is still playing. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know where that is playing from though.
So this is the parent one. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, thanks Nick. Yeah, so sorry about this audio. What? I'm going to delete all of these. Sorry, one more test. Okay.
So we skip this one or?
Sorry, I'm just focusing on getting this audio effects. Cool, that's fine now. Oh, I'm so sorry that was playing all the way through that. I think that was just straight from OBS. Apologies. Right, cool. Cool, back to you. Where are you at? I don't know what this is. Don't know what this is.
So it changes apparently. I'm not quite sure if this is the case for any project that people might work in, but for me it actually works. So I'm just going to change it now to something else. Preparing shaders. Do we skip this one or?
I'll check out assets. That's source control stuff. If you don't have source control set up, you can just skip that. Yeah.
I'm just going to skip it. So basically, yeah, now it changes. See, but the problem is, the problem is the shape. I mean, I changed the texture.
Yeah.
But it doesn't cover the entire billboard. That's the problem.
Yeah. So what is the texture you just swapped in? It must be like not the same size, you know? Like
Yeah,
not the same
definitely
measurements.
not the same size.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I guess again it's like just a case of making a texture that's the exact same size as that original one. That might be the easiest way. Or at least the same aspect ratio, I think. I think it should fill it.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Hopefully.
So I think that's the one I was using before. Skip.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you can disable that source control.
But this works. Problem here is though, here's the problem that it took the texture, but it doesn't do, you know, the holographic effect.
But it's just got a flash on the yellow. That's quite weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's like, can we check out the material and see what else the material is doing?
Sure.
This is the whole material, is it? Cool. Could we go to the parent? Can you double click the parent? Yeah, that one.
Sure.
Just double click the actual thumbnail for it. Yeah. Okay, so what's it doing? Actually not got a lot going on. So if we go down, what's going on at the bottom there? Okay, so this is probably what's doing this flashing. And where's that going? Is that going into emissive?
Yeah.
Cool.
They connect and they multiply.
Yeah, so they've upped the intensity. The time with the sign is probably just making it flash over time. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So where's the holographic coming from then? That's the thing. Could you go up to what else is? Can you zoom in on this a little bit? This is normals. That's texture sample. That's it's just metallic and stuff. Yeah, I really don't know where they've picked up that like holographic style from actually.
I mean,
Could is there any way you can get it back to when it was looking more holographic? Did you all you did was switch out the texture?
There is. Give me 1 second. There is a way.
Yeah.
One moment. The painful way.
Yeah.
One more. I have to rerun it. No, I don't want to save anything at all. Nope, don't save. Let me rerun the level real quick.
No problems. Yeah.
I think I have spotted it somewhere, but I just don't remember where exactly.
Yeah, it is. I feel like this is always the way with like kit bashing stuff together. It's like just looking through, trying to figure out the process they did, trying to find the simplest thing to kind of swap out while keeping everything else intact, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, I remember locating even the amount of lines in the hologram and how slow or how fast, but I don't remember where is that parameter now. I think it's the original texture.
Yeah. Oh, hey, so Nick's asked us to repeat everything from the last 15 minutes. Yeah, look, yeah, kind of looks like a Doom level here, doesn't it? That's crazy. Yeah. All we're doing at the moment basically is looking at kind of kit bashing this existing asset that we've got here, and we're talking about diving into these assets where they've got like screens and things like that, and he's looking at swapping out the screens for his own custom things that he's exporting from After Effects and stuff like that. So that's what we're trying to get to the bottom of here. But it's just kind of like you have to just like figure out how the people have made the thing, go through the maze of assets that they've weaved together, and just try and find the simplest thing to swap out, really.
Yeah, that's a good way, because that way you get into the logic, I believe, and then you can make your own stuff because you see how other people do it. So
yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of, you're not quite making it from scratch, but you are getting like a bit of an understanding of what's going into it. So it's quite good.
Exactly.
Instead of literally just taking an asset and using that exact asset, you can then make it your own. There's a hell of a lot of games out there where it is pretty much a kit bash, you know. You can make cool stuff by just combining things that are already there. So much.
And it saves you time too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, 1 second. Maps.
Are you also looking at making a broadcast studio, Nick? Is this your aim with this stuff? We're doing some other VP stuff.
Oh, it loaded at once. What a surprise. It usually takes a couple of centuries.
Yeah.
Because this thing is nasty.
Well, like optimization wise, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame it, because it's 6 and 7K, grabs and everything, and with the state of my current hardware, it's kind of hard to render all this at once. But anyway, this is the original one. Oh no. Hello. No. That's the one.
Yeah, nice, okay. Cool.
So this is the element.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the apparently the static mesh, and this is the element. Which one do you want me to open?
The material, yeah. Material would be good.
Okay.
Cool. So there's one opacity layer, there's one emissive intensity, is that right?
Yeah, this is the parent. Now, I don't know if this physical material, if it's in this here, but I don't think so. I mean,
no, there's nothing in there, so yeah. Oh, you got these kind of strips parameters. So that looks.
Yeah. This is the ones.
That's cool. Here. So it looks like it is. That's what's giving you the kind of holographic effect. So I feel like again, you could just get away with just taking out that texture and swapping it for something else, and then kind of
here in the midst, right?
Yeah. So that's going to be the bulk of what you're looking at. Like, I think they've got an alpha channel in that as well, so you could make a PNG or something, so you get some transparency. There's not much alpha going on, just in between these. So you go back to those material settings. It's just quite hard to see on this resolution, but you've got like where it says strips, you've got a load of parameters there.
Yeah. Let me see if I can actually test it and change it now and see if it changes. work with me.
Sounding cool, Nick, by the way. Really cool. Stream. Introduce your characters, let them interact with people.
Okay, yeah, this is what I touched the other day. We previously kind of changed everything, but my question is that if I change the texture, if those parameters, the strips are going to remain, that's my...
The strips are going to remain, did you say?
Last time they did not.
Yeah, true. I swear you'd lost all of that, all of
Yeah.
the strip stuff, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay. That's really weird.
I don't know, yeah, I don't know how possible it's going to be.
Do you want to just try load like any old texture?
Yeah. I don't think this is going to be a good idea with those lines.
Yeah, true. That solid pinky one looks very useful.
Yeah. I mean, plan B is just, go on Photoshop and
Make something in the same sort of size.
Just slap it in.
Yeah, it's the easiest way. What about that face mask thing? Yeah, let's try that. Okay.
Oh, well.
Still got those parameters.
Okay. Let's see.
I doubt the mapping will be correct though, because it's going to be a total different size.
Yeah, I doubt it as well. But at least the lines are still there.
Yeah, the lines are still there, and you can always change those and adapt them. I would also recommend making a material instance of this, or making a copy of that material, because then you can have a few materials going on where you have different different thicknesses of lines and different animation,
See, like it animates it goes like a cyberpunk,
yeah, like CRT monitor.
Lines.
Yeah,
it's animated. So this is the face.
And it's
basically, you
can see that blurry version of the face is kind of scrolling along sideways as well. So you're getting that panning, which is quite nice. So you can do a different kind of banner.
Yeah. I was forced to resize it, which is why it's kind of sort of like the board is supposed to be all bigger. You sort of like, we make it bigger, which my computer cooperates. It's going to be more detailed, sort of, but not quite.
What if you go back and change the strip value, like see what you can tweak in the material?
Yeah. I tried that too.
Okay, alright. So like strips, I can't see what that says, but is that like higher density? Yeah, it's like thinner but more strips, yeah. So you should see.
Here, background opacity.
Background opacity, interesting. Maybe that's like you got the emissive CRT over the top of the original image, maybe. Change that to, is that on 1 now?
Try, sure.
Is that still on 0, or you change that to 1?
Which one?
The background opacity. Change that to 1, yeah. Is that going to be like, not see-through now, I guess?
Yeah.
Maybe bring the emissive down and you might just see the image on its own, but you can kind of see the face there now, can't you?
Yeah, so that's how it works. You kind of can see it, but not quite, so I guess, I don't know why they have this one.
I think maybe if you brought the emissive way down, then you might, I don't know why you want that though.
Which one? The emissive intensity?
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm going to put 1.
Yeah, and then bring that up a bit. Yeah, so it's just kind of like a normal image. So I guess you get a blend of like making it less of a harsh CRT effect by tweaking those a little bit, which is quite good.
Yeah, so we can sort of see a face now, but not quite. Let's see how it's gonna look.
Yeah. But you kind of want the CRT effect though, don't you?
But I mean, the point is that it works. Like, if you put something else, it's gonna work. The face is kind of impossible to do something here.
It's the size of the texture you're putting into it, really, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it works in theory.
Yeah. I think that'd be the best thing to do is like make the same image pretty much in Photoshop, but with your stuff. And then you're looking at this. What is this? A hologram
And yeah, this is the last one, which is the biggest pain in the butt right now.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to go on this one, and this is what I could not locate it when I told you that I wasn't able to locate it,
Yeah.
texture and change it. So I was going here.
Yeah. Yeah.
See?
Yeah. It's not just got anything that looks like that logo. That's really weird.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, maybe let me just check these opacity masks. Try again into the master then. Yeah.
Because it only has the admissible line for the personality thing.
Yeah, maybe if you check out the master material, get that parent.
The parent?
Yes, yeah. If you double click on the icon instead of changing it, don't change it, keep it as it is, but yeah, click on the double click the icon for it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can go to the blueprint.
Yes, yeah, because there could be a texture like hidden in there somewhere.
Yeah, I thought that. I thought of that.
Okay, you checked it already, have you? Yeah. Very weird. It's got to be coming from somewhere, you know. Unless the mesh is that shape. Unless the mesh is giving the shape. Oh, really freezy.
Yeah, one moment. Look what's going on here. Look at this.
Yeah, oh my goodness. So much going on. So anywhere that you can see a texture sample, what's this? No.
No, I don't see any texture at all.
No
I don't see
textures.
texture. I suspect that it probably borrows it from something else, and
Is it just a piece of geometry, this one? Is it just the geometry is the right shape?
probably because when here's the thing. When I change the texture and I add the other texture, the shape remains the same.
Yeah.
It didn't change. It took only the colors of the logo.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 3D extruded logo, I reckon. Could you go back into the level so we could check that?
Yeah, sure.
So if you go static mesh, so under details, right at the top, yeah, static mesh. So static mesh there. You can see that the static mesh if you go down a little bit, yeah, right here, where it says static mesh, and you got a little image. Yeah, if you click on that. This will be the thing you want to replace, basically, or you can bring in your own and just add on another material to it. So essentially, this is 3D geometry, basically. So to do your logo, you would do you could do an SVG to 3D logo extrude, something like that, like some kind of tutorial on that. Might be a bit of I think you can do it in Unreal actually. SGV logo extrude.
How do we put it in afterwards?
Well, you could just put it into your level and give it the same material, you know. And yeah.
Textures.
So yeah, you can now do this.
Right, so you want me to drag basically the logo or whatever I was supposed to drag it into a real instant, and a real instant will probably automatically make the material.
Yes, yeah. Do you have a 3D logo already?
Well, 3D, it's a 2D, but you know it's with transparency and everything.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Is it might need an SGV format.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't have that one.
Yeah.
Right now.
I think in Photoshop you can do something like make work path, and then you can take that path and export that as an SVG, something like that. Yeah. And then I guess just look at like SGV logo extrude Unreal Engine, or do it with Blender or something. It's can't be it's not the hardest thing to do. Yeah. And then the only other thing would be your UV unwrapping. So you might find, I guess in this material you've probably got parameters for making the lines as thick as you want them to be, so you might not need to worry about the UV unwrapping too much. But I can show you a really quick trick for UV unwrapping stuff really nicely in Unreal if you want. Cool.
And my Toolkit.
Yeah, cool. I'll do it in my one. Can I do this? Let's try something from here. Thanks to YouTube people for tuning in though. It's really nice to see some people dropping in. Nice to have these questions and ideas floating around. Nearly going to wrap up this one. Just going to show you this last tip and then be done for this week. But next week we'll do the same, but on Thursday as usual. And yeah, any questions anyone's got, feel free to jump in. Anything Unreal Engine, virtual production, etc. It's a really good place to talk about it. Cool. So I think I could do this with like anything. Okay, I've got that scaffolding pole. Can you see my stream and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So to UV unwrap this like just kind of flat and nice, you can go up here, go modeling. This might be on the other side or something. And then you go down to project, I believe. Yeah. So you got project, and then you can change this to something like box, and it's going to automatically put a box around this. You can change it so that it's like a bit more stretched a certain way.
Right.
But essentially what this is doing is just projecting your UVs from this box into here, and then it's just going to be, that's all you need to do to UV unwrap stuff really nice in Unreal Engine.
So
you know.
we'll change the, I see.
Yeah, it just sort out your UVs. It's maybe not the best example because you can't really see what's going on this, but believe me, it's got nice UVs now, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, basically it's like you'd probably go project and you just go box and not change anything. And yeah, that's literally all you need to do. It's really nice. So glad they added this in, you know.
I'll work around it later and I'll let you know how it went. I'll post some screenshots as well.
Yeah, definitely. Please do. It'd be cool to hear how you get on with it. And like, if you got anything else you want to run through for next week or something, that's
One last question.
Yeah, sure.
On cinematic production, offline, of course. How do we make a walking green screen, which is static, like it's static walking, like the character is not actually walking, it's walking statically. How can we make it look like it walks on a street or on a scene that's moving? So basically, how is there a way to do that? I mean, there is, but I'm not.
There is, and it depends how deep you want to go with making it look. As high quality as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, what I would refer you to is these Composure tutorials that I've made a list of, basically. Offline renders.
Either walks sidewalk or like realistic walking because.
Yeah, you can essentially like keyframe the movement of the plane on a sequencer. Composure offline. So this might be a bit more complicated than you might want it for now, but maybe like just looking around this playlist because we've integrated Composure into this, and like Composure is basically this method. Well, this all explains all of it, but it's a method for getting nicer media into Unreal Engine, you know. So yeah, this playlist will show you all of that. It's quite complicated, I'm afraid, but
I mean, I thought of doing After Effects 3D camera, but I'm not sure how it's gonna play out.
Using an After Effects 3D camera,
yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
I thought of that because that's the traditional way the filmmakers do it. But the difference is that the filmmakers will do that in on After Effects 3D cameras, is that they have like a 10 or 15 or 20 meters long green screen room.
Yeah.
So wherever you go, you know, it will replicate for those 2 or 3 seconds of footage of walking. It will replicate it perfectly. Now, if you have a 2 meters green screen or a 3 meters green screen, you have to walk statically. So,
You gotta walk on the spot. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
If you don't have somebody shooting at you with a camera, it means that you have to put the camera somewhere, you know, static, and you have to shoot yourself supposedly walking. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not quite sure in After Effects how it would work.
Yeah.
I mean, under normal studio environment circumstances, it would be nicely. But
I would
why-
suggest like maybe checking out this video and this video, and I think all of this you don't necessarily like. This could be like to really like make it look kind of
okay.
tip top, but this so this should get you most of the way, and it is a walking shot, but it's walking towards the camera, so I think it's kind of
Right.
close enough to what you're after, but it's just showing sort of how to keyframe that movement and sort of get that final shot together, you know. So
It holds for more angles, right?
no, it's only going to be, you know, it's only shot from the front, so
Oh, okay.
this is imagine this is like a real person. It's kind of confusing that it's CG. Like this is just a video, the alien is just a video, so it's going to be flat. You know, if you're looking
I
at
understand.
are you kind of looking at doing some motion capture from the video and then copying that to a camera, because that's a little bit more complicated, but it's kind of fun to do. That would be like what do you do, what's it called, like it's like something like this. It's kind of like this, you get these points, but it's for the whole scene, and then you copy that camera movement over into Unreal, but it's like it's such a complicated process, and it's kind of
Yeah, I've seen somebody
kind of
do
buggy
that
and stuff.
actually when they were making an artificial environment. They did that actually with shadows. They recorded the shadows on After Effects, and then they took the positions of the shadows and they added in Unreal Engine.
Yeah. There's people doing it for sure, isn't there? Yeah, it's an interesting one. Well, yeah, lots of stuff to look at, really, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a look.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your time as well.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, really cool to see what you're doing, and happy to help.
No problem. I appreciate the help.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. Yeah, catch you soon. Be great to hear how you get on with it.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks.
Bye.
Cool. Thanks, bye. Cool. Thanks everyone on YouTube as well. Awesome to see you guys dropping in. More tips next week. As I said, talk more virtual production stuff. Feel free to jump in with your questions, with your projects, and we'll just try and clinic all of them, you know. Yeah.